Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Live and Clicking with myself, Jack Revell. We're coming to you on a very, very hot day here in London. I think it's around 30 degrees. It's disgustingly warm. So I'm going to be quick today because I'm going to have to get out of this sun and go and find myself some shade. But what I wanted to do today is come on and talk to you about doing things your own way. There are so many people I see on the internet these days comparing themselves to other people. And what I wanted to do is just come on here and tell you that that is the worst thing you can be doing in order to be able to grow your business and actually stand out from the crowd, okay? The problem is that these days we are 80% of our profile is online, right? It's so easy to find someone these days, but yet it's also so easy to compare yourself. Now, for anyone that's on social media, you will know that everybody's lives look like they could be, amazing and successful, but actually behind the scenes, they're not, right? Or vice versa, you could have people that are multi-squillionaires and having an amazing life, but don't post about it, right? So there's this real paradox between what people show you and what people's actual lives are actually like, okay? Now, when it comes to putting yourself out there and becoming your own personal brand and essentially becoming the face of your brand, which is what I help people do, right? You want to become your own person. You want to do it your way. And the reason for that is because people will start to like you for who you are. If you start trying to copy something that someone else has done, people are going to see straight through it. It's not going to be authentic. It's not going to be able to be consistent either. And the thing that we know already is that consistency is the only way to keep consistent is to be authentic, right? Now, people always ask me like, yeah, but how do you just be yourself? And I'm like, well, it's easy. You've been doing it for all of your life, right? Just literally go on camera and just talk about who you are, what you do, how you do things, right? Honestly, it's one of the most powerful things that you can do in order to be able to show your audience who you really are, right? Now, you may be asking yourself, yeah, but Jack, it's so easy for you. You know, you've been doing this for 14 years and you've been in front of the camera and all the rest of it. I'm like, yeah, of course I have, because I've built up what I like to call a thick skin. I've built up a thick skin of people telling me that I look silly or I look stupid or I'm never going to make it, right? That's fine, because now they're laughing because I have. And the thing is, you can too. All you got to do is just keep showing up as you. Keep becoming that person you know you can become. If you've got that little feeling inside you that knows you're going to be someone, that knows that you can be the face of your brand, that knows that you can really raise your profile and ultimately become a better performer on screen so that you can show your audience exactly who you are. If there's like a little feeling in there, listen to that. As the expression from Oscar Wilde goes, be yourself because everybody else is taken, right? If you're not being yourself, you're doing yourself as well as everyone else that knows you a disservice because you're trying to be someone that you're not. And believe me, when you go to that place, it's so hard to come back out of it because you feel like an imposter. The best thing to do is just to embrace, your weirdness, your funness, your craziness, your individuality, your idiosyncrasies, invest in them all and just show the world what they are. Recently, I did a show with somebody who told me that they really loved the style of video that I did. And it was literally just because I do it the way that I do it. And they're like, do not change that. That's the thing that you like doing. I was like, great, thanks so much for the feedback. And the thing is, people start to recognize when you're doing something that's you, that's real. Also, when people follow you, or let's say you start doing something that your audience are not used to, if they don't like it, they can unfollow you. It's not the end of the world, right? If they unfollow you, then great. They're not someone that's going to be your customer anyway, so get them off your socials. You're better off having, right, 1,000 people that absolutely love what you do, right? Share everything you post, tell everyone about what you do, buy everything you sell, all that sort of stuff, right? You're better having that in your system than having, 10,000 people that don't really care who you are. If anyone's interested, you should check out an article called Kevin Kelly, 1,000 fans. Let me see if I can put this in here. 1,000 fans by Kevin. Put this in, Kevin Kelly. And it talks a little bit more about how you can get 1,000 fans and use that for your advantage. Okay. So guys, I really want to just, share this with you because I've had a lot of people recently come to me and say like, oh, I don't feel confident. I'm too shy. I'm not the sort of person that can be in front of the camera. But I asked them, but do you want to be the face of your brand? And they say, yes, of course. And I'm like, right, well, there's something that has to change. The thing is, confidence is a skill. It's learned, right? You're not born with confidence, right? You learn it as you go. And so, as I've said this before, the way to build your confidence is to prepare and to practice. Prepare what you're going to say, how you're going to say it, what your studio looks like, what time of day it is, everything around the environment that you can control. Plan it, and get it prepared and get it sorted and get it ready so you feel comfortable doing it. And then it's just a case of doing it over and over and over again. I've told you this before, but like when you're at school, I'm sure everyone remembers when you were at school and you had those exams and you were like, oh my God, I'm stressing about them. Those of you that revised for those exams, i.e. prepared and practiced, right, walked into that hall, into that exam room and nailed the exam. You got such good marks. For those of you that didn't prepare and practice, how confident did you feel going into that exam? Probably not very, right? Unless you're a super smart kid that just knew things naturally, right? But either way, confidence comes from preparing and practicing. It doesn't come from the off. You don't have to have confidence to be confident, right? It just comes from ultimate practice, right? You get better at something the more you do it. It's just the way the humans work. It's how evolution has worked, okay? So when it comes to putting yourself out there, right, just try things out. Done is better than not at all. Or, progression is better than perfect. Make sure that when you're putting yourself out there on screen, you're really showing the audience who you really are, because that is going to make, when you actually sell something to them and when you give them something in terms of an offer and a value and you're sharing your knowledge, they're going to absolutely love what you're saying, right? They're going to really be engrossed by it. And if you fluff your words or you say something, it doesn't matter, because you're being endearing, you're being real, you're being a person who can be relatable to them. So guys, super quick one on live today. As I said, I'm literally roasting with this hot air going on next to me here, but just a quick one. If anybody is listening to this that wants to talk to me a bit more about how they can boost their confidence on camera so that they can raise their profile, improve their performance, ultimately raise their profits because of the amount of people that are going to become flooding into your inbox because of the way that you're showing up online, and ultimately, as I said, become the face of your brand. If that sounds like something you want to do, then drop me a message, let's chat. We've got some amazing, exciting stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks. I'm launching a brand new set of webinars that I'm going to be talking to you about all of this stuff in detail over the coming weeks. So if you're interested in hearing about those webinars, if you're interested in hearing about all the stuff that I'm doing in the next couple of weeks, if you're interested in hearing about live and clicking the course that's starting in mid-July, do drop me a message. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, drop me an email. You'll find me. I'm pretty open out there. So and I'm open to DMs all the time. So guys, look, it's been a pleasure. Loving to speak to you guys today. Thank you so much. Just had a lovely message from someone saying, love your content. Thank you and keep it going. Very nice. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Look, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure to speak to you this morning, and I will see you again next week, if not before. But yeah, look forward to hearing from you soon. Peace.